Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-130 PM. It's a Tier 8 Soviet tank destroyer, a premium. It's located on the northwest spawn of Mountain Pass, and this one is under the command of ineedcoffeedude.
The enemy team is lacking critical information.
Well, as you may know, ineedcoffeedude was one of the two people with which I started What Arty Noobs back, well, more than 6 years ago. I think it was, definitely 7 years ago. Like 2016 we started it, and it's been running ever since. Now, ineedcoffeedude is actually an Arty player, but he plays tanks very well indeed on top of that, and he does occasionally send us in replays. He's also a very busy man, so doesn't always send them in, but this is a long time since we've seen his last one. Now, this tank destroyer is a premium. It's got a 13cm main gun. It's capable of doing 520 alpha and penetrating 243mm with standard ammo, and with the heat rounds it can do 320mm. He's landed in a tier 9 game with tier 8 tanks in it, and he didn't fire at the Object 263, mainly because if he had fired, I'm not so sure he would have actually penetrated, but he has loaded the heat round now to give him that extra pen so he can get through the lower plate. Well, not many of the team have actually gone down to the Western Pass, which is not so good actually, because it kind of means that the team are going to be defensive. And here comes that 263 again. No, that didn't work. That didn't work. He fired at the wrong spot actually. He fired at the area over the tracks and it wouldn't have gone through. It looks like the 263 just got hit by the Arty. He's still on the move. That worked. That hit the lower plate. Okay, so he's got some help now because he's got a Shrek. And the Shrek's coming up to give him a bit of support. But he's going to fall back on this corner because this tank has paper armor. Very thin indeed. Looking for the weak spots. There is a weak spot there.
What do you
Didn't
mean?
get it through there. In fact, actually, you should aim directly for where the gun mount is. I believe the weak spot on a 263 is just around the gun mount. Of course, the 263 is based on the, if I remember correctly, it's based on the Object the IS-7, because after all, it's one of the tanks that was actually devised like the Object 261, based on the IS-7 design. Now he's trying to get the corners. There's a weak spot there. You can see it. The observation port's there. Didn't fire. Pull back. Wait for him to expose it again. He's obviously trying to angle his gun at our Shrek while waiting for him to expose. Oh no, the Charm Mini 75's got in the way. We're changing position. Oh!
The gun is a potato now.
Ouch. We got hit twice there. Once by the Lorraine 40 ton and once by the 263. And we've lost most of our hit points, and now we're down to a one-shot. Now this is a particularly interesting game. Even though he's lost a lot of hit points, he's still in it. But he's got to avoid getting hit anymore, because if he does, he's more than likely going to die. But that guy's just fired, so he can poke out and get a shot. The Shrek's going around the side. We can support him if the Object 263 turns towards the Shrek. He can go in and hit him in the side. He's going to do it anyway, and he takes the 263 out.
Thanks a lot.
He distracted. The Shrek distracted the 263 long enough that he didn't get hit.
Affirmative.
And the Shrek like that as well. They're working as a team. Now that K2 is getting hit from above, so somebody is above us shooting down on him. Either that or there's somewhere else where we get a shot. The 263 is actually being a bit of a pain at the moment because his wreck is in the wrong position. Trying to push the wreck out of the way. Now, when it first came out, lots of people said that the SU-130 PM was basically the Soviet version of the Scorpion G. And in technically speaking, it is. The gun won't turn the whole way round though. It's only able to do 77.5 degrees either side of the centre line. So that's 156 degrees in total. Okay, we've got some enemy tanks coming up from the Western Pass. We're trying to use our teammate there as cover. Okay, fast moving T-49. He's gone with one shot. That was a lucky shot, that one. Got it right on target. The T-49 got stopped and he made it an easy kill. Now the enemy are moving from cover to cover. Can we get a nice shot on top of his turret roof? We're still... Oh, we're back onto the AP now. I'm not sure if he meant to fire that one. Our friend in the Shrek's come back round the corner. He's trying to give us some help. There he is. Oh, looks like one of the enemies just burned up. It was the Lorraine 40 ton. Got taken out by the Baraskan Arty. Okay, enemy tank coming this way is the K2. Now, he knows that if he comes past, he's got to squeeze his way past the 263 hull. And that's not going to be easy. But if he does come around the corner, he's going to get hit. And it's going to hurt him. It won't kill him outright. But now we've got the enemy Arty to deal with. Landed behind us and stunned us. Yes, I Need Coffee Dude is used to being stunned. He knows what it's like. But then he doesn't complain because he's an Arty player. So he knows that it's only a mechanic that's there to slow people down. Okay, that K2. Here we go again. Okay, the enemy have got two Artys. They've got an FB3805 and an FB207. We pump run round onto the tracks, but it doesn't go through. And that was the FB3805 firing in. We did take some damage there. This thing's got no armor whatsoever. Very, very thin. The thickest armor is 20 millimeters. The Shrek's gone all in. Let's kill him. And it's a kill shot. And that is the third kill for I Need Coffee Dude. And he's still alive with the Shrek. And they're off to the races. They're headed towards the enemy cap area. The team is down. The Arty's missing us now because they can't see where we are. We cross the bridge, just having a quick look to our right and to our left. No enemy in sight. Okay, if he and the Shrek can get to the enemy Arty, put them out of action, that will help us. But we're now down to just 3 players. Only one player back at the cap is the Rask. And he's all alone. And he's probably not liking it. Let's see what we can do. He's having a quick look just to see if that Jagdtiger's still there. Can't see him. Okay, 2 Arty ahead of us. FB3805 and an FB207. The Tier 8 and Tier 9 British SPGs. There's the FB. One shot kill on the FB207. He'd already been damaged, but he got the kill, so that's now 4 kills for I Need Coffee Dude. Okay, they've started capping at the other end. We've started capping as well. But where is that FB3805? Well, we can't see him. And we're going to cap quicker than the enemy is. And they're going to have to try and get back and stop us from capping. Now, did somebody go up there? Doesn't appear to be. It looks like the FB3805 may have gone down the ice road. And that's why we can't see him. He may have escaped. But we've got 22 seconds until we run out of the cap. And at the moment, we're just sitting here in the cap, looking around, trying to find the enemy. Now, I've taken it into the third-person camera because you're going to want to watch what happens next. Wait for it. Wait for it. FB3805 was hiding. He gets a shot in, and they've capped out. And here comes the enemy Barask. And he wipes them out after they won. Or did they? Yes, they did! Well, that was an incredible end to the game by I Need Coffee Dude. And he pulled off a miracle at the end because he ended up winning a Kolobanov's medal right at the very end. I'll explain why in a short moment. He got a third-class tanker for the game. He wasn't anything very, great in the way that he played it. It was just an ordinary game as far as he's concerned. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4. He managed to get a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. And his win rate wasn't that spectacular. It was only 1,693. I've seen ineedcoffeedude get super unicum levels of damage on the enemy. But in this one, he ended up with a Kolobanov medal for very quick thinking. And because the enemy Barask shot at the wrong target at that moment when he came into the enemy cap, he shot the Shrek first, and then he shot ineedcoffeedude. And for a brief moment, ineedcoffeedude was the last member of his team alive just as they won. And that meant that he ended up getting the Kolobanov for standing alone against at least 5 enemy tanks. In fact, I think there were 6 enemy tanks alive at the end of the game. And he won, and therefore he's the one who gets the Kolobanov. If the Baraska killed ineedcoffeedude first, then the Shrek would have got the Kolobanovs instead. It was down to the fact that they were both sitting in the cap, they both completed the cap, they were both in the grace period, and the Barask turned up too late to do anything about it in time. So let's have a look at the team score and see what actually transpired. Well, the highest damage in the game went to the Ag Tiger on the enemy team. He managed to pick up a high caliber for 4,567 hit points of damage. The second highest damage went to the Shrek with 2,923. And the third highest damage went to the ST-1 on the enemy team, who also got a steel wall and 2,662 hit points of damage. You can see that ineedcoffeedude only got 1,461. As I said, it wasn't very special for him. But when it came to kills, he actually got the highest number, but he shared it with the Yak Tiger and the Barask on the enemy team. And remember, the Barask killed both members who were in the cap at the time, at the end, but they'd already won the game. It was just a matter of who survived, and neither of them survived, but they had won. And the system clocked that and gave them the medals. And when it came to second place, it was the Barask on their own team. The guy who's the third last left alive, who stood out as long as he could to keep the enemy occupied whilst his teammates rushed for the enemy cap to kill the enemy Arty and then start capping as quickly as they could. When it came to base XP, well, you can see that the winners were the Shrek with 958. Yes, he got the runner-up prize in the Kolobanov, but he certainly picked up the first in the way of base XP. 866 went to the Barask, and 824 went to ineedcoffeedude in his anonymized name, and of course he got the Kolobanovs. When it came to details, we can see he fired only 12 shots in the game, got 8 direct hits on the enemy, 5 penetrations. He didn't get any splash, but he did do damage of 1,461, of which 256 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy, all 3 penetrated, and 3 splashes. The enemy Arty were definitely after him, and the reason is that this tank destroyer doesn't have armor. It really is very thin indeed. As I said, 20 millimeters on the front of the hull, that's the highest armor. The rest of the armor is about 15 millimeters, so it's easily penetrable and very vulnerable to HE. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles, damaged 4 of the enemy, killed 4 of the enemy, and he did 301 hit points of damage assist and got 48 cap points. Yes, the Shrek managed to get the other 52, so he had more cap points out of the game, but of course he came runner-up when it came to the kill at the end because the Barask took him out first. On a free-to-play account, yes, he actually made a loss of 42,924 credits, and that's mainly down to the fact he used premium ammo. He did switch to a standard AP at some certain points in the game, but he used the premium to try and get rid of that 263. He also picked up 824 base XP and took away 878 at the end because, of course, that's a premium vehicle. But what an unexpected result. He says unexpected. He didn't anticipate that he, being the last person alive on his team, just at the brief moment that they had actually capped out, meant that he was eligible for a Kolobanov. And under these circumstances, he gets it. It is very unusual. I must admit, I've only had one Kolobanov myself, and it was in similar circumstances. I killed the 4 remaining enemy tanks, and I couldn't find the last one, so I capped out, and I got the win, and that gave me the Kolobanov. But yes, it is a rare medal, and congratulations to I Need Coffee Dude, one of the more unusual ones I've ever seen. And I hope I actually, because I'm going to send this to my friend, the Mighty Jingles, so I'd like to call him my friend now, because I think it's the sort of replay he would like to feature on his channel. He's got far more viewers than I have, and I sent him a replay recently with a Racine Heroes medal earned by a Jagdpanzer 38 T, the Hetzer, in which the person got 14 kills, and the last kill he got when he was on his side. And you may have seen that replay on our channel, but sadly, the Mighty Jingles wasn't able to put it on his channel because it's from a long time ago. But I think this replay, I'm pretty sure he'd like this one. And let's see if it appears on his channel. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.